because it's my Wednesday and I wanted to talk about what's those Wednesdays? I didn't even realize. I wanted to talk about organization. I wanted to talk about organization because I feel like it's a really big key when it comes to creative freedom, and also it's probably one of my bigger challenges. And I think it's a lot of creative people's bigger challenges, because as creative people we can sometimes resist the box. We can resist the box and we're like, no, tell me what to do. But it's super important to get into the organization of it and find fun ways to do it, because there is so much. I've explained this before, but it's like there's a waterfall that's coming of creativity, and if we don't have a container or a vessel to capture or receive and or turn that water into energy or whatever we want to kind of like use that waterfall for, or that moving water for, we'll end up just going thirsty because we can't drink from something so big like a waterfall. So we need a cup. The cup is the boundary, it's the organization, so we're not just standing on our waterfall and just having our faces just like so organization is key, and I have kind of found a few ways that really help me as a person who really loves to do everything. Like, I don't want to be limited in my creative expression. So there's 4 kind of containers that I organize things in. And these 4 containers really help me complete the tasks that I want to complete. So it's places, projects, people, and devices. It's 3 P's and a D. So we have places. So where are we working on what we're working on? So say you always do your taxes at the library, and you always work on your puppets at the theater, and one of the things that I like to do is, like, when I go to a music studio to teach piano, I often practice my piano just before or in between or just after some of my lessons, just because I'm like, perfect. It's a great place for me. It's already the environment that cultivates that energy. There's some really beautiful places that people can go that inspire creativity. So places or environments, super key with organization. And then when you go there, there's nothing else there. So if you're working in your bedroom, you can definitely do it. I've definitely done a lot of work in my bedroom, but sometimes it can feel a little scattered. Okay, then we have our projects, which are the actual things that we're working on, right? So I have many projects going on. I write a lot of songs, but say I have like multiple different projects for those things to land in. Then it's much easier to put those ideas to use. So for instance, if I write a song and I'm like, that doesn't really suit this album, and I'm like, that's okay, it might work for one of my children's musicals, or it might work as, you know, the backing track for a meditation, or it might work for this. So having containers where all of my ideas can find homes. So getting that project container really organized. And then we have our people. There might be people that just really support what it is that we do. So for instance, there might be people that it's easier to do certain aspects of your creativity around, or whether that people is you, like maybe you're one of the people within it. It's like, I like to do this when I'm alone, I like to do this when I'm with this friend, I like to do this with that friend. So the people that you work with, and then your devices. So that would be, maybe I write my music on a notebook, like my songs on a notebook, but then I do my, I like to do a lot of videos on like the social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok, just because there's a lot of really nice editing software there. So a lot of my like posts I just do right on the platform. And then my laptop is mostly for like editing music and things like that. Some of my bigger projects, like bigger projects. So your devices / platforms, like if you use iMovie or if you use Adobe, like those are all devices where you can explore. So people, places, projects, people, and devices are the way that I kind of organize my projects. And working with those 4 kind of things helps me actually accomplish it. And if I want to accomplish something, then I need one of those 4 things. And then I recently kind of realized that there's a new kind of container that's really important, and that extra container is time. So the time is like when you do it. So I noticed that every Wednesday I was hosting a group art class. For the summer, it stopped, and as soon as that group art class stopped, the energy that I was putting towards that, I started doing this podcast because my body had a desire to create something every Wednesday because I was in that creative flow with my students, and then that was a void, and then my body was like, okay, why don't you just do the podcast? It's a Wednesday and you're already in this flow. And then I did. So time is a really great container as well, where you're like, this is just what I do on Wednesdays. It's what I do on Wednesdays. And it's really, really, really helpful. And it gives you freedom within that. It's like, okay, well, for instance, this podcast is very free. I can talk about anything that has to do with creative freedom, whether it's puppet making or organization or financial stuff, whatever it is, I can talk about it. So now it's no longer 4 containers, it's 5 containers. And the cool thing is about talking about something every single day I want to continue to do this for a very long time, but talking about it, once a week, my brain starts to prepare for it. Like throughout the week, I'll get all these ideas for this that I didn't have before because I didn't really have a place for them. But now that I have a place for them, it's like every Wednesday around like Monday or Tuesday, my thoughts start to be like, you thinking about it? You thinking about what you want to talk about? And it really does like come and meet me. And so I can really hone in and clarify. And then it's super great because then everything that I think about throughout the week leads to this, which then as I organize my thoughts with this, it helps me move into my newsletter, where I also can like further kind of sharpen and solidify my ideas. So this is my year of systems. I'm really, really learning to embrace the system and get better at them. And you know, you can follow along the journey. And if you see a system that is exciting for you and that supports you, like, come on and like join me. But I want to really develop a really supportive system that'll help me, and not only me, but other creative people accomplish their projects. So I'm really, really excited about start and complete their projects, because as multi-potentialites, as very creative, as many tab creators as we are out there, we can often want to just do it all and be like, well, we can do so much, but we do need a system to organize it. We do need a good system. So that's what I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. So last week I did record a podcast, and it was with DJ Hierophunk, and I'm really excited to release it. I'm going to be releasing that quite soon. I just have a couple little extra edits for it, and there is a fun little update about that because of that, it was a pre-recorded one, and I thought, oh man, it'd be so fun to have a little intro to it. And so I was sitting with it, and I was like, oh, what do I want the intro to be? What do I want the intro to be? And I've had this little kind of song that's been in my head for a while that was like for my kind of theme song. It's like, welcome to Wazzo's world, welcome to Wazzo's world, welcome to Wazzo's world, welcome to Wazzo's world. And then I was like, oh, I'd like that to be kind of the little intro, but then I wanted to extend on the verses and make them just a little bit more, just fuller, and kind of expand on it and kind of call in or cast the spell of what is in my world, but also manifest what I want more of in my world, and then also kind of give people a sneak peek into like what it is that my world is, so that if they're interested, they can come in. So I decided to record that, and it was so much fun to just like sit with that. And you know, the project of this podcast inspired me and gave me a reason to complete that song, because that song's been in my head, but I didn't have a reason to finish it. Like, oh, why do I finish it? And I'm like, well, I need the theme song for my podcast. So I completed it. Not only did I complete it, but I recorded it. So I wrote the song and recorded it within the span of like 3 days. So I'm just in the editing stages of it now. But because I had that this project, and because I had that incentive, it gave me a desire to actually move forward and complete it, because I saw the vision, and the vision made so much more sense to me. So have it recorded, and it's gonna be coming out really soon, and it's really cute. It's so cute. And just another kind of bit on how limitation creates style is I have been kind of putting off recording my Light album for a while, and there's so many songs on that people are like, oh my god, can you please record it? Like, these songs, people have heard them live and they felt really held by the songs, and they're like, oh, I would love to hear them, you know, in my own time. But I keep putting it off because, you know, perfectionisms. But I was like, man, I just had this moment that I was like, a lot of music that I like listening to is actually very simple and very acoustic, nothing but a few harmonies and a drum, or nothing but a few harmonies and like one or two instruments. Like, honestly, I am a folk singer, and I do love adding texture and fun things to my tracks and all these like layers and stuff like that. But honestly, I'm like, none of this is beyond my reach. And so if you're ever having a hard time with creating something because you feel like, oh, it'll be too big, or, you know, it is, just like make it simple. Like, make it super simple. Like, even if you want to make it more complicated later, just record like an acoustic, simple, pared down, like essentially live version of it. And in that, you'll be like, okay, is this the way that it wants to be, or do I need to give it more juice? Do I need to fluff it up? Do I need to send it to another artist? Do I need a session musician? Do I need anything? But sometimes just getting that first little chunk down, like, sometimes the acoustic sessions of a song I prefer to the actual version of the song. So the cool thing is like, if you record a song, it doesn't have to be the final version of it. This Girl Is on Fire was recorded 3 times, and personally, I liked the first version the best. The other two were like good, but the first one I was like, nah, man, wow, that was a raven. But I personally preferred the very first version. It was simple and powerful. So it's okay for it to be simple. It's okay. It doesn't have to be complicated. And it's good to remember that, you know, this version isn't the forever version. It can just be a version, and you can record another version later. You can do a remix. You can do, you know, there's so many different versions that you can record. So don't be worried that it's like, let yourself take a picture of where it is now, and have that. And so that's okay. So that is actually a really nice piece of information that somebody that I would actually love to have on this podcast. So maybe I can get this person on the podcast. Actually, I'm so excited because this person, a puppeteer who I have wanted on this podcast, agreed to be on the podcast in August. So that's super exciting. I cannot wait for that. So we're gonna have some puppeteering speakers, and then, yeah. Let me know if there's anybody that you want to interview on the podcast. I'm super excited to share with you DJ Hierofunk's podcast, because we talk a lot about really neat stuff when it comes to creativity. We talk a lot about kind of neutral time and the importance of rest in our creative flow, but we also talk about kind of like spirituality and ceremony when it comes to creativity. So that's gonna be a good one. And that should be out very soon once I get my little intro song. Anyway, so this is just a nice little update, and I'm gonna be getting that podcast out very soon. And I'm really happy that I've created this Wednesday container to be consistent with you guys, because I'm like, you know what? I'm accountable. If I was here this week and I'm like, I'm gonna get that out soon, and then I come next week and I'm like, I'm gonna get it out soon, it's gonna be embarrassing. I'm like, I'm gonna get it out soon again. So just being able to show up here and talk to you guys and be like, hey, I'm doing this, like, I'm gonna do this. If I keep not doing it, then it does feel like it can be challenging to, you know, you're like, ah! But if I've committed to the regular Wednesday for myself, just to come and talk about it and answer any questions and hear any requests when it comes to people that you do want, you know, to see podcasts from, then it really does, really help get the job done. It helps get the job done, and it's a job that I want to do. Like, I'm so excited about it. So I actually just want to take a moment to like send my gratitude to the community here, because just you being here and engaging and, you know, being down to witness the process and witness the successes and the mistakes and the messiness and all that stuff really helps, because it helps me clarify what I want to give to the world, what I want to bring to the world, and kind of the offering that I'm laying at the temple of life. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you continue to express your creative freedom. One of the lines in the song, Wuzzo's World, it's like, our art can get messy, our art can be bold, our art always holds us, our art always loves us, our art always holds. And it's like the whole kind of premise of the song is how, yeah, like it's not like perfect, you know, Wuzzo's World, but it's got like sky gnomes, and it's got days on the beach, and it's got like beautiful people creating beautiful art, and messy art, and loud art, and soft art, and all these different things, and that's kind of what I want in my world, you know? That's what I want in my world. So I wanted to make this little theme song that was like, this is what my world is about, and y'all can come into it if you respect the space. So I kind of wanted that song to just be like an introduction and clarification of what my world was filled with. And if you were excited about it, like, you stick around. It talks about puppets and gnomes and a lot of weird stuff and a lot of cute stuff. So anyway, can't wait to share it. And yeah, if you want to like be one of the first people to hear it, then you can check out my newsletter, you can check out my Patreon, and I'll be sharing it there first. So hope you have a beautiful day while you create. Yeah, speaking of organization, today was like a little bit of a messy podcast, but that's okay. It's sometimes good to just show up and be stream of consciousness. But anyway, let me know if you want me to share more on the systems and system development, and if there's anybody that you want me to interview on the podcast.